Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks so much for being here, for being subscribed if you are. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening to this on YouTube while you're at it, hit that like button. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. So let's get into this podversation/reality chat. And guys, I wanted to bring this to you and get your thoughts on it. I was having a conversation with a friend/client yesterday, actually, and whenever we see each other, we're just kind of getting caught up on what's been in the news and yada, yada. But at any rate, we were talking about Monique Samuels and Chris Samuels and how, with the divorce situation and just our thoughts on it and just other stuff with regards to that, right? And then she brought up Porsha. And we started talking about that season where, actually it was her first season, and then her second season we saw Kordell dump her. And right or wrong how he did it, I wanted to talk about this because, as you know, Monique, she's filed for divorce. She's tried to put off, in my personal opinion, she's tried to put off this portrayal of how she just really tried so hard to make it work, and it's been so much fighting and things were just so difficult, and she just really couldn't take it anymore. And because of the children, she doesn't want the children to grow up in an unhealthy environment and all this other stuff. And, a lot of people agree with her. And then a lot of people feel like she was just blowing things up to make it seem like things were worse than what it was, because she really was already looking at the front door. I'm of that opinion. I do believe that she was just ready to be out, because also she had hit that 10-year mark, and she said she had revealed that her prenuptial agreement expired in 10 years. So this is a thing that I wanted to bring up to you guys, because I saw this story about Kevin Costner, and you may be saying, Kevin Costner, what does he have to do with this? Well, Kevin Costner and his wife, Christine, they're going through a divorce, and it's definitely getting ugly. He wants her out of the house. He wants to reduce child support. He said a lot of things about her with regards to how much money she spends and all these other things. And so this kind of all circles around the thoughts that I have about Monique's situation, and also with my conversation that I had yesterday about Porsha. And so I want to share this story first about Kevin Costner, and then I'm going to bring it back to Monique. So the story is from U.S. News, and Kevin Costner is claiming that Christine was planning her exit long before the split. So the story is, Kevin Costner's contentious divorce came as a shock to fans, but he claims estranged wife Christine Baumgartner may have had a plan all along. Costner, 68, continued to detail Baumgartner's allegedly out-of-the-ordinary spending in court documents filed on Thursday, July 13th. Page 6 reports, according to the actor's lawyers, Baumgartner, 49, has shown a disturbing propensity in the last several months, both before and after separation, to take Kevin's property without his knowledge or consent, especially since this case was filed. Among the expenses outlined was an alleged $25,000 taken from Costner's property funds, paid to a Los Angeles criminal defense lawyer, and an expensive vehicle purchase months before the pair called it quits. Costner previously claimed he was required to reduce his ex's credit card limit to $30,000 per month due to her excessive spending. Dang, like $30,000 per month? Not just reduce the whole credit card limit to $30,000? Like, what was the limit on the card? That would be my question. Anyway, Costner's attorneys argued that Baumgartner buying the car was a red flag because the now estranged spouses often opted to lease their vehicles before their separation. Costner and Baumgartner, before their 2004 wedding, she is entitled to keep her personal vehicle in the event of a breakup. Baumgartner's purchase was a sign that she had been planning her exit long before she told Kevin in April 2023. His lawyers claimed, further alleging that Baumgartner refused to agree that she wouldn't swipe items from her and Costner's home when ordered to move out. Baumgartner must vacate the property by July the 31st. US Weekly previously confirmed that. Costner and Baumgartner shared children, Caden, 16, Hayes, 14, and Grace, 13. U.S. confirmed in May that Baumgartner filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences and listing their date of separation as April 11th. All right. They have 3 children, just like Monique and Chris have. Okay. So in paperwork of his own, Costner noted that there was a clause in the pair's prenup requiring Baumgartner to leave their shared home within a month of their split. Amid the messy back and forth, a source exclusively told US Weekly that Baumgartner was so angry with Costner for putting work ahead of the family. When it came to the question of who should move out, the insider added, Christine feels he should be the one to go. Listen, I'm all for women being protected and not being treated unfairly, but girl, you're spending more than $30,000 a month just on a credit card alone, and you're not working. He had to keep working so that you could afford to continue to spend the money. So like, what are you talking about putting work before the family? He had no choice but to work. Okay. But anyway, a second source, however, told US that Costner's perspective was pretty cut and dry regarding the dispute. Christine wanted this split so she should abide by the terms of their prenup, stating that she had 30 days to move out after filing for divorce. Earlier this month, Costner was ordered to pay Baumgartner $129,755 per month in child support. He also owes $200,000 in attorney's fees and $100,000 in forensic costs per the interim ruling. Baumgartner previously asked for almost $250,000 per month to help in raising the pair's kids, but Costner alleged in court docs last month that he couldn't afford the specified amount because he will earn substantially less in 2023 once his show Yellowstone ends. Girl, $250,000 a month? Sounds like somebody needs to be getting a job. But anyway, she'll never get a job to make enough to live the lifestyle that she wants to live or the one that she's become accustomed to. But the man is 68 years old and he's still working. And there's nothing wrong with still working when you get to that age. But as you know, Hollywood writers and even the actors now are dealing with a strike. And it's crazy out there. The expenses in the state of California is really unreal. But to circle that back to Monique, now I did a previous conversation where I discussed the fact that she revealed that she had bought another home prior to them splitting up. She revealed, because it's during the time that people previously announced that they were separating. They didn't say that they were divorcing. They said that they were separating, and Monique came out and tried to debunk it and say that they were lying and this isn't true. And yeah, we're just kind of giving ourselves some space, but the rumors about us, being separated is just not true. And a lot of people didn't believe her when she came out and said that, because People pretty much is a reputable publication. Okay. It's not like it was a media takeout, which media takeout can definitely be seen as not one of the most credible sources, but just like a broken clock, they get it right sometimes. Okay. So, with all of that being said, I circle that back to the story about Kevin Costner and how he said that, yeah, she was planning her exit long before she filed for divorce. I don't know. I believe, and I've said this before, that Chris was going through depression. In my personal opinion, I do believe that Chris was taken advantage of during the time of him going through his own mental health crises and struggles, because mental health is just as serious as physical health, heart problems, lung problems, eyesight, you name it. It's very important. It's the brain, for God's sake. The brain is the main function of the body. And it amazes me how a lot of people don't take mental health as an actual health issue unless it's like someone had a brain aneurysm or brain cancer. But having depression, going through post-traumatic stress disorder, dealing with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder and all of those different things. Those are mental health issues that affect the brain and other things as well. And so I'm never here to tell somebody what they need to do in their own relationships. It's your cross to bear. It's your life. It's how you want to live it. But don't, try to pee on us and tell us that it's raining, because it's piss. She, I believe, was definitely planning her exit all along, just like Kevin Costner revealed about his wife, soon to be ex-wife. And unfortunately, Chris did not get the memo a long time ago, like Kordell did. Now, people can say what they want to say about Kordell. They can say that they think that he played for the other team, or both, swung both ways. They could say a lot of things about Kordell, but the one thing that they can't say about Kordell is that he wasn't smart. I don't know what the reasons were for why he got with Porsha and married her. She tried to allude to the fact that she was his beard. And then even when Kenya brought it up, then she took offense to it, because I remember that scene. I believe they were in Jamaica. I can't remember where they went for the cash trip that year, but that was when Kenya took what's his name, Miss Lawrence, as her plus one. And they were all sitting around the table, and Porsha, she was there alone, because this was during the time that she and Kordell were splitting up. And Kenya, they were asking, and Peter, better known as Patricia, he was really digging in and asking a lot of the questions of Porsha and Kordell, because Peter, he really liked Kordell. He wanted to get to know him better. As you know, Kordell was one of the investors in his Bar One Charlotte location, which I don't know if it's still open or not. But at any rate, he was asking all of these questions of Porsha about Kordell and all this other stuff. And then Porsha was trying to allude to the fact that she was just pretty much there as a cover up for Kordell. And then when Kenya said, so you're basically saying that Kordell had you as his beard. Like, she just literally said the quiet part out loud. And, Porsha took offense to it, but it's like, girl, that's pretty much what you are alluding to. So stop it. All right, just stop it. But either way, say what you want to say about Kordell. He got the memo and he was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm just going to go ahead, pack all your crap up, drop all of it and you off to your mama's house, and you ain't getting none of my stuff. Okay. So she got absolutely nothing out of Kordell after he was done with her. And unfortunately, Chris didn't get the memo. He stuck it out, really hoping that this woman really loved him. And I don't think she really did. I think she tolerated him. That's my personal opinion. Say what you want to say. Just based on the way things have come out, what she has revealed, and just hindsight being 2020 and looking over things, because you try your best not to say immediately when you see a woman that looks like her, that is with a man that looks like him, forget about the depression. I'm not talking about that, but I'm just saying, let's just be honest, that they are just a gold digger, or they're just there for what the person has. And if he was working at Church's Chicken, would she be with him? I'm not telling anybody that they need to be with somebody that works at Church's Chicken, especially if you are trying to aspire higher. But let's just be honest. She was a woman of a certain type, and she definitely, she's a pretty woman. She is. Can't take that away from her. But the ways can be seen as extremely ugly. And yeah, unfortunately, Chris didn't get the memo like Kordell did to just end it a lot sooner, because she stuck it in. She held on. She, did what she had to do, let his heaviness lay on top of her, on the side of her, put it, wherever. Because if you remember that episode of Real Housewives of Potomac, that turned me off. He was trying to be funny, but he was pretty much insinuating I don't even know if I want to say that, but he was pretty much insinuating and trying to give an example of Monique going down on him. And he had like this huge fake bottle of wine or champagne or whatever. And, and that was a turn off for me. Absolutely. It was crass. It was disgusting. But then I also, at that moment, I was kind of feeling sorry for her. Like, girl, if that's what it takes for you to live the life that you're living right now, then kudos to you. I couldn't do it. Because listen, not every woman will sacrifice themselves for the sake of living a certain type of lifestyle. And she definitely, I believe, is one of those people. So yeah, she married the man. She had the babies. She gave it up whenever he wanted to. Maybe sometimes she'd say I had a headache or I'm on my period when she really wasn't, just to get a break. And as you know, at the end, she started going away on meditation retreats to Costa Rica, whatever. Like, she must have really been traumatized being in that relationship with him. And she just was like, I'm free. I'm free. I don't have to have that laying up on top of me anymore, or getting on top of it anymore, or having that in my mouth anymore. Like, she is free, and she's about to live an amazing lifestyle that she wasn't able to work for. But, hearing the story about Kevin Costner, how this wife of his was just spending the money and being reckless with a lot of the spending, I'm curious to know what the expenditures look like that she was doing. Because as you know, she revealed about the podcast that she paid for, which really was like, why are you spending $20,000 to start a podcast? So she doesn't sound like she was the best when it came to spending money. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to talk about that. Yeah, Chris didn't get the memo like Kordell did. And definitely feeling a little bit sorry for him, but should have been smarter, dude. I hate to say it because a lot of people are saying, and even my client friend said it yesterday too. She said that mama was right about her. And a lot of other people are saying it too. So guys, you just let me know your thoughts about everything in the comments section. Thank you so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.